Gentlemen, welcome back to the DWI podcast. My name is PC Tunney. I am the artist formerly known as Pizza Funny, and I am joined, as always, by the man, the myth, the legend, the other half of the world's greatest tag team never. It's him, it is him, it doth be the DPP.
Ready for Backlash this weekend, PC Tunney.
I am. It's always that quick turnaround. You wait all them weeks for WrestleMania, and then WrestleMania happens, and you do 14 podcasts in 9 days, and you're all burnt out, and the next thing you know, you wake up and Backlash is in 2 days.
Boom.
Kapow!
It's great. It's great. That's
Right
what,
in the
yeah, that's the
face.
difference between the little extra time between the Chamber and Mania to where now we have a show like every 4 weeks. So it's nice. It's nice to get back on that schedule.
Yeah, special start
Ooh,
time,
special tarts.
and an hour early, 6 p.m. Eastern. What was it to not interfere with UFC?
Yeah, I think they wanted to avoid the main event of UFC so that they're not clashing with each other,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
especially if they're, part of the same conglomerate. I don't think you want to, you know, overlap your own shows, especially the main events.
No, it makes sense, right? You're not trying to shoot yourself in the foot there or anything like that. But yeah, it should be interesting. Should be a fun weekend. Why don't we start off though by telling you about a couple of things first? Telling you about ProWrestlingTees.com/the chair shot. Check it out. Plenty of great t shirt designs. Makes a great gift for the wrestling fan in your life any time of year. ProWrestlingTees.com/the chair shot. Thank you, everybody who's checking us out on YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to us on Chairshot Radio Network, you can also subscribe. If you're tuning in via thechairshot.com, we thank you for visiting the website, and always use your head and head on over to thechairshot.com. All the coverage you'll need, plenty of opinions, plenty of articles, plenty of podcasts, sports, entertainment, and sports entertainment. We got you covered. Thechairshot.com. Um, Interesting week here that we had in the main roster television show. They're not even television shows anymore. Well, one of them is, right? Yeah. US SmackDown's still on
SmackDown.
USA. Yeah. Which
For now.
SmackDown's going back to 2 hours shortly. I
It
know. It's
feels, I
rough.
mean, and feels a lot of times when I'm watching it, I think most of them, I mean, they tend to end early already. Um, so that's kind of nice, they're not as long. They don't
Maybe you're
feel as
thinking
long
about
as they used to.
I think you're thinking about Raw, because
Raw. Oh,
SmackDown
yeah,
is
I guess
always
that's
going
what
to
I
go
mean.
till yeah. No, I tend to not watch Raw until Wednesday. If you wait long enough,
Be able to
while
fast
you
forward.
while you scroll through, they have the picture of what's happening, so you don't like if you don't wait long enough. It
Oh,
Yeah, if you do it like yes, so you're gonna wait now till Wednesdays, aren't you? So
yeah,
I can
because I like
tell
to
what I'm
fast forward
missing.
through some of that.
Yeah, and I like
It's
that
harder to
because
do.
yeah, I like to catch the end of the matches at the least, and then all the in between segments is basically what I like. I watch it for. Listen, folks, we're in our mid 40s, and I still watch WWE for the soap opera aspect. Okay, I really could care less about 90+% of the matches. I really, after this long of being a WWE main roster guy, I've seen all the matches already. Now, don't get me wrong, I love watching the entire matches for the PLEs, or if you have a big kind of match or a cool kind of match on different television show. But to continually watch these same different types of matches, DP, it gets old after a while.
Yeah, I am exactly the same way. I watch, and that's that'll make it a lot easier seeing that you can see the pictures. Because yeah, I think I'm missing a lot more than I would prefer to at this point. But yeah, it's finding the time, especially to get through all of it, because there's a lot, and they're still entertaining as hell. And I'm definitely all in for the storytelling portions. I really want to know the story, and that's what gets me hooked into to want to watch the matches themselves that are on pay per views, such as Backlash.
Exactly. Exactly. Like when I turned Raw on yesterday, it was an hour and 34 minutes.
See, that's beautiful. See, that's great.
Because
That
all the
I can
commercials are
handle.
gone. If you just leave it
Yeah.
run, it just skips to the next segment like it's not there. That's something I've learned too with a lot of the shows that I watch on Fox because watch a lot of Gordon Ramsay, etc. And I have Hulu, and they're live the next day. And I have
Hmm.
I have a DVR, so I can fast forward through the commercials. But if I just go to streaming the next day, I don't have to do anything. It just plays without the commercials, and it's so much easier. So I've started doing a lot
Yes.
of that kind of stuff. Less stuff
Yes.
on the DVR, even more so, right? Like at some point, all the stuff you watch is going to be on any streaming network you want. So it's been anyway. That's another discussion for bandwagon nerds. Make sure you're tuning into our other most regular live show on YouTube on our YouTube channel. You can basically count on DP and I just after 5 p.m. Eastern every Thursday afternoon recording DWI, talking WWE main roster. And then you can pretty much count on the bandwagon nerds, myself, Dave, Patrick, and Ray, and a cast of other nerds that come in when called upon. DP's one of them. Aesop, Chris, DJ, Rob, etc., etc. That you can always catch just around 2 p.m. Eastern on Sunday afternoon. So if you're loving the YouTube channel that we got provided here, tell a friend, subscribe, and tell your friend to subscribe. All right. Thank you very much. Let's get into SmackDown, DP. I'm gonna kind of like gloss over some stuff if it pertains to the pay-per-view, but if it doesn't, we'll just kind of talk about it. And here's something we can definitely talk about. I have been saying how boring Cody has become, and I'm not backing off of that at all. I'm not saying I'm saying his progression has become boring. He's still one of the best talents in the world, but it's time. It's time to flip the switch. This isn't John Cena. This isn't Hulk Hogan where you got to worry about it. Like, it's time. It's getting monotonous for me. Did you watch this opening segment from SmackDown?
I saw pieces of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw where basically it's him and Gunther.
No, it's him and
Uh,
Ricky Saints.
oh, yeah, sure, okay, sorry, him and Ricky
That
Saints.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'll
part.
get into the
Sure,
Ricky Saints part of it
sorry.
first. Not impressed at all.
Yeah, with the Ricky Saints.
Yep.
I,
Here's
of
another
everything I've seen from him,
like
I have not been a fan of it yet. Certainly going to have to show me a lot more to make me a believer in supposedly how good he is, but I think it's a Austin Theory situation, in my opinion, right now.
yeah, I don't get it. I didn't really ever get it when he was in AEW. I don't watch NXT. Sorry, folks. Like, I pay attention, but I don't watch it. And all I hear about how people claim this is the next guy, and I don't know. On the mic, I don't see it. The character, I don't see it, and the dude is not a big dude.
No.
Cody made him look
Ooh.
small. Cody's not big.
Like Cody is not a big man.
He big means.
No.
Um,
No.
do you want to skip ahead right away? We can stay on the topic here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you want to reveal what happened
Did
post match?
I
Cody
did I
Rhodes versus
did I
Ricky
jump the
Saints.
gun? Did I
It's
jump
okay.
the gun on that?
No, we can stay on the
With
same
Gunther
topic.
coming
It's
out
okay.
and
It's not part of Backlash, so you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm just
Basically
trying to do
Gunther coming out
SmackDown and
and
Raw and then get into Backlash. So
yeah,
you're good.
sorry.
No, we can maintain
Yeah.
the same storylines.
Yeah, it seems like Gunther is going to be going after Cody here. Comes out and puts him in in the chokehold and sleeper hold, whatever. And uh, interesting that they're going that route. I mean, we wondered what was going to be next for Gunther, um, assuming that it would be a little bit farther down the road as he was quote unquote retiring people. But it looks like we might be getting Gunther and Cody here.
Yeah, and that's interesting too, as to like you would imagine what's next, Clash.
So we looked this up. Yeah, Clash is the next one. So it's just last week. Well, you got a Saturday night's main event coming up. Then Clash.
And then there's another like Saturday Night's main event or something, and then SummerSlam, I think.
And there's Night of Champions. And then another Saturday night's main event. Then SummerSlam. So yeah, we got Clash.
Clash in Italy. When is that? Give me the
Night of
location and the
Champs.
dates. So Backlash is this weekend, the 9th in Tampa, and then next is
Next is a Saturday night's main event on the 23rd
of May.
of this month.
Oh, so 2 weeks after Backlash, there's a Saturday Night's Main Event. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
going to be everybody that wasn't on Backlash, i.e. Cody. You can maybe get Cody
Yeah.
Gunther there.
The other titles. Yep. Most likely. Then we get Clash. That's in. Oh, on the 31st? And 1 week later.
Holy shit. Wow.
Cranking them out here.
Okay, so then you don't get anything till what? July?
Then you get Night of Champions, and that's end of June 27th.
Okay, and then you got Madison Square Garden in July before
July.
SummerSlam is the first weekend of August.
Yep.
There you go, folks. Something we went over last week, and we'll probably go over again next week because it's just an interesting summer schedule this year.
Right? Yeah,
Money in the
Saturday
Bank
Night's
is
Main Events in between is what gets you.
Well, and Money in the Bank gets moved to the fall. It's always been in the summer. There's no King of the Ring this year.
Because usually Money in the Bank's before SummerSlam, and that's not happening. So
usually Money in the Bank is June and summer, and then King of the Ring was July, that leads into SummerSlam in August. That was the last couple years, I thought. But let's get back to SmackDown. Continuing the women's tag team storyline. Charlotte and Alexa talking to Rhea about Fatal Attraction. We also would get or is that on Raw?
SmackDown. Fatal. You're talking JC Jane and Charlotte having their match. That was, I think that was SmackDown.
No, it was Raw where they had the women's tag match, I believe. The Bellas.
Oh, the actual tag match.
Brie and Paige defended against. Anyway, I'm all over the place here.
Me too.
We might just be getting to Backlash real quick.
I think the hard part is they're starting. I mean, maybe it's a good thing. Like they're starting to merge together. All like I don't know, because it doesn't feel like they're they're always like separate brands and shit. And now it's just all.
There's multiple. There's like 4 or 5 storylines on both brands now, right? The women's tag team is built in like that, but you see Roman's shit, the bloodline shit on both, other things like that too. Let's get to just the most interesting thing that's been happening. Let's talk about Danhausen. Why not? He's hilarious. I love him. We get the double team. We get the double cross. Miz comes out and says he's like, you know what? I'm ready to be your mentor, and then he turns on him and they get the skull crushing finale. But afterwards, Danhausen drags his ass to the back. And while trying to recover, Nick Aldis lets him know that if he can find a tag team partner, he'll have a tag match at Backlash against Miz and Kit Wilson. DP, this is the most important question of the entire show today. And we'll ask it now because there's not much else to talk about it when we get to Backlash. Who will be Danhausen's partner?
Doink the Clown?
No.
No? Hit me with the buzzer. All right, I'm going to try again. Jelly Roll. I think that one's a possibility, don't you think?
No.
Is it going to be CM Punk?
Survey says. Sounds like
my other thought would be do the Finn Balor. We've been wanting that one too, and maybe that could happen. But
it's interesting because you kind of could have just closed out the whole Judgment Day thing with them, didn't?
Oh yeah, because he fought McDonough.
McDonough beat him, didn't he? With help from everybody else, and then Roxy proved that she wants to stay in the Judgment Day for now. You can clearly see she's plotting her time to get back at Liv.
Yeah, I think that's got to happen. I know we're jumping all over.
No, we're just gonna jump all over. That's fine. Fuck it. We're not looking before we get to Backlash.
Yeah, but I totally I was saying it before. I do think that's going to happen because they're putting some focus on Roxanne, which is great. And that's the most logical place to go.
Sure.
Whether or not, however soon that happens, I mean, I'm happy to for them to drag it out and keep them a faction for as long as possible, or if they add or remove a few people and keep it going, I'd be happy with that too. I'm a big fan of the factions. So however they want to pull it off, but yeah, I think seeing her getting involved and hitting Finn with the was it the hammer from the bell
Yep.
that Dominic
Yep.
gave her? You know, is great because it still shows like, hey, I'm still part of the team, and then whenever the turn, whichever way it happens, it's gonna be pretty cool.
Couple things from Raw before we get to Backlash. The opening segment where Roman's all mad and ready to come out, and he's reminded that it's not his time, and sure enough, there's Seth and Roman face to face in the back, right? And boy, that's going to happen before they're done here at some point. The funny thing is you get the full out tease because the only words exchanged are Seth Rollins looking at Roman saying, "You're in my way."
Right? Means more than just one thing, I think.
He wasn't just standing in the way of where he was trying to go at that
Yeah.
physical point in time for his promo to start the show.
And I wish I had a better memory because that line was used once before years ago. And I don't remember if it was this feud or not, but someone used that term. I said you're in my way, and it's not just because you're standing in
I
my way.
I,
I think it
I
might have been
think it
Cody and
was
Roman.
no, I think it was these two. I think it was
Okay.
Seth to Roman again.
Yeah. And that's another great callback. If it's indeed them two.
I'm almost positive
We got to
it
get him at
is.
WrestleMania. We still got to get him at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I think.
for
I don't
that
know.
World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's still the ultimate end game, I think, right? Is these two going at it for a title because we haven't gotten it yet. It's got to be. I mean, I know we had a couple thoughts of who's going to be going into next WrestleMania, either defending or challenging for the titles, but man, this one's still got to be on the card.
Hey, if Gunther's going to beat Cody here with a program at some point and they're not doing the Brock Lesnar thing, then, by Royal Rumble, Oba can win the Royal Rumble and take on Gunther, you know. Um, this is kind of a perfect transition. What a brilliant move. Let's go ahead and have Obafemi retire Brock Lesnar. And then 2 weeks later, the big next match is against Otis, DP. What a fucking payoff. Oba Open Challenge. Awesome.
Could have been Akira Tozawa. Would that have been better? Hey.
We talked
You're
about
talking about
lazy
a
booking
former
last
Money
week.
in the Bank briefcase winner.
Who never got to the second rung of the ladder.
Just because the briefcase
Ring
fell
your
into his
bell for me
hands.
now, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's boy. Well, we said they can't do it. It can't be a 1 week thing right after they started it. But boy, I sure hope it ends soon because this is not what you need from Oba at all.
No, you gave him a
come up,
guy that he
give him
couldn't even
something.
do his finishing move to.
Right? Yeah, he couldn't lift him straight up. He just had his arms like half around him and
First, he
give him a
couldn't
regular
even
powerbomb.
first he couldn't even belly to back him up onto the corner. And
Yeah,
then he barely held on to him, but you couldn't do your move and lift him up. Like you totally took away from your finishing move. This has
right.
just been bad booking post Mania.
It's I'm yeah. I'm shocked that they had nothing planned for him, or if this is what they thought they were going to do. Poor
Well, I
idea.
get what they're doing now.
Com-
They're just gonna have him build like to the next guy who's supposedly
well,
like, okay, Otis is here, right? Now we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna go here. But you know what?
why
You already beat Brock Lesnar
here?
way the fuck up here. You can't even see where the fuck it is.
Yeah, where are we going? There is no build up anymore. You just made him a man. You made him the star by having him beat your baddest wrestler. You did. Like, move him somewhere else. Give him another badass wrestler. Put him in another big important storyline.
Yeah, we don't
not.
need to see squash match
This
week after
is
week after week.
if you were going to bring him in and have him do that right off the bat as a start and build
Build to
to a
Brock
Brock
Lesnar?
Lesnar, sure.
Yes. Yes. But
Don't
not
go
the
backwards.
opposite.
You don't go backwards.
That's
Don't go backwards.
that doesn't make any sense.
Nope. I mean, geez, are you really out of everybody? You have nothing. I mean, I get it. You're not going to put him in the title picture because you can't just yet. But boy, there is a lot of talent out here that you could give him a proper storyline and you continue to make him look strong, as opposed to just making him look like a sideshow, attraction,
It's
which is not what
yeah.
he is anymore. He's
No, it's
not.
not. Yeah.
It's bad.
Let's talk about a good thing though, and we were wondering why Becky held on to that title and where the rub would come and everything else, but sure enough, Sol Ruka is now a Raw superstar, and she's ready to not only snatch that title but Becky's soul in the process. So I do not, yeah, that match is not this happening this weekend. I would imagine that Saturday night's main event maybe
Gotta
would
be.
be a huge place for Becky to lose that title and then the next week lose again to solidify Soul's title win. That's what I would
Yeah,
do.
it's beautiful. I love that they're putting out. We talked about it, right? I think the person that takes it off of one of whoever was the champion needs to be someone coming up from NXT who's given a huge push and really and great. And Sol Ruka fits the bill.
Right.
She's fantastic.
Think about like now Fatal Influence and Soul Ruka, what you've done for the women's
Oh
division.
man.
Injecting that lifeblood into each show is just beautiful.
Well, and to an already, I think, a fantastic roster of them, and the fact that you've been building that tag title division for the women so well. Now adding another faction who can challenge in that tag title division, adding another young talent that can challenge for the mid card, uh, just makes it more even more huge, and you can put your bigger stars into the main event world. Heavyweight title pictures is awesome, and I think having her win the title from Becky at Saturday night's main event would be a perfect place to do it because being able to show off Sol Ruka's talent and her ridiculously great looking finishing move on, you know, regular television, I'll call it, I guess. It's Peacock, is probably a great place to do that, and that's another one where, hey, look at how awesome this women's division is and this new, up and coming talent. And again, now you're bringing more viewers in to say, wow, look at how awesome they are. I should sign up and watch more of this. And I think, yeah, Saturday night's main event would be the best place to have her win the title.
I agree. I agree. We'll see what happens there. All right, folks, we're going to take our only commercial break of the day. When we come back, we're going to review the 4 matches that have confirmed all their combatants for Backlash. We already talked Danhausen, Miz, and Kit Wilson, although that may be one of the things I'm looking forward most
Oh,
to
it's
at
gonna be fun.
Backlash is to see who that's going to be. Um, Let me tell you a few things quickly about the chairshot.com. We are doing a This Day in Wrestling History every day. That's posting on the website at 7 a.m. Eastern. So check that out. Andrew Belaz has been taking on a large share of that. We're also celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islanders Heritage Month, which with a photo journal each day for a different member of that community. Today's was Asuka. If you want to go back and search, Kyrie Sane was the day before. I'm just scrolling through my likes. Io Sky. What else we got? The Wild Samoans. So a lot of cool, interesting stuff happened over at thechairshot.com. In addition, we have some what if series going on. Um, trying to find what if Kurt Angle never left WWE? What if he stayed in WWE? What's another good one that's on here? What if Roman Reigns ended the streak? Just like Marvel, what if Sting went to WWE in his prime? All these articles you can find over at thechairshot.com and even more. Chris, let them know. Bitch. Said Christopher Platt can be found right here on this YouTube channel starting 1 hour before Backlash, where myself, his self, and maybe some others will be previewing the Backlash shoe right here live on the Chairshot YouTube channel. So tell a friend and join in the fun. All right, DP, let's get to Backlash. Let's start off with that Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker match. What do you see here? Is it time, or is Seth right that he was trying to help Braun Breaker with like a shortcut of advancing, being better, quicker by learning some knowledge that he can't attain in other places that would take him a career to attain that knowledge? Is he ready or not to take down Seth Rollins?
I think he's 100% ready. I think when you got Paul Heyman on your side, you're in the best place you can be as a badass heel, I guess. It's kind of the classic, Seth Rollins veteran trying to teach the young kid some things. The young kid thinking, I don't need him. And we've had that match at the beginning of the year. Was it beginning of the year? Where when he had the title match and Braun, kind of quote unquote stumbled a bit, hesitant, and couldn't get the job done and win the title. So I mean, I think he's there, and it's only a matter of time for him. I'm interested to see who wins this match though, because they certainly could stretch it out a little bit longer, especially because I don't know what else they have at this point for these two to move them on. So I mean, I think Seth Rollins is going to come out with the victory again, and uh, where Braun Breaker just is still in that, like you said, he's not quite ready kind of thing, but um, where Seth Rollins catches him with something from surprise and gets the pinfall victory. Because I think there's more going on here, and at some point Bronson Reed's going to come back. I guess I don't know how far away he is from recovery, but Bronson Reed's got to get part of this feud as well. And if Logan Paul and Austin Theory are still technically around with these guys, they could get involved too.
Well, from television this last week, they're definitely together, the three of them.
Yeah. So I could see some interference potentially, but I think Seth still sneaks out with the victory here, and we get this feud to stretch out a little bit further.
It's just in a weird spot, right, to have this happening after WrestleMania where there hasn't been anything really happening up until I guess he did cost him at WrestleMania. So, but where do you go? Like, could you leave this here after this match for a while and revisit it again in the future, or does this have to
Oh,
take up the entire summer? I'm not sure because like I could see Braun winning this match with some help and Seth taking a little vacation and coming back and just moving on to someone else, and you still have that unfinished business down the road as well. I don't know. I don't know. I just think Braun Breaker needs to win this match. I think you have him come back after all that time, and you already mentioned not having been successful in the past here in big moments against Seth. Talking about certain guys are Teflon, and no one is more Teflon than Seth fucking Rollins in the entire professional wrestling industry at this moment in time, in my opinion.
yeah, I could definitely see that, especially if he wants to take some time off. Now's definitely the time, pun intended, because there's so much else going on too, and him not being necessarily part of the title picture. It's a good spot to take some time off if they want to do that, and yeah, it definitely makes Braun look a little stronger. And I would love to see them go back to this down the road too. I mean, I think we were supposed to get this at WrestleMania, so it's we're just a
Well,
little out of order because of injuries and everything. So I mean,
kinda that or Roman
however,
and Seth, right? We're not sure.
right?
Depends on where the damage started happening to the roster.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's why I was like, I'm interested to see who comes out. I'm picking Seth, I guess, but it's yeah. I mean, I'm 50-50 on it. I think there's more to the story that they can keep going on, whether they continue it on or yeah, they maybe come back to it down the road a little bit or something, and maybe when everybody's fully healthy, they get Bronson Reed back too, and they could do the whole thing. But eh,
Another rivalry match that has even more history behind it. possibly some of the most history. Io Sky taking on Asuka. It's just weird this happening with Kyrie gone. And I guess after we talk about this match, we can talk about the New Day real quick.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, they pretty much jumped to this one pretty quick. I mean, we were going to get there, I think, and especially with Kyrie, there was probably more of this that they wanted to tell, with Asuka and
This should have
Kyrie.
been a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Again, seems like it, you know. But I think maybe there's just no room for it. They never got to the finish of the story either.
No.
They were still stretching it out. So I mean,
Yeah.
they weren't there, and maybe it was gonna. I don't know. I don't know what the plan was. I'm glad they're getting it because this is gonna be an awesome match. These two are two of the
Yeah,
top
this is
wrestlers in the women's division of all time.
if this is a 7-minute match, just don't even fucking have it.
Yeah, yeah. Let's not get into that.
Well, you'll be
I
hear
want it
me
to be
bitching about it
15.
next week if it's not enough time. I'm telling you.
Oh, for sure. And
You don't
yeah,
just have
they
two of the best women's wrestlers in the world. You have two of the best wrestlers possibly ever.
yeah, can't argue that. Yeah, and that's the biggest problem is they need the time. Give me the time to
There's
enjoy
5
them two
matches.
wrestling as opposed
There's
to trying to rush it through.
5 matches this weekend. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up. We already talked about Danhausen. The big mystery is who will his partner be, not whether or not they will win. They will win. Trick Williams versus Sami Zayn. This has got to be the blow off for this feud. Sammy taking out the gingerbread Trick Williams man on. Oh, Dan seems appalled.
Gi- uh, Ginger snaps was the joke Dillinator came up with.
Nice. He did
Ginger
snap, didn't he?
snaps. Oh, it was fantastic. I was loving every minute of it.
Does Sammy? Sammy
He's having a
doesn't win the
funeral.
title. He
He's
doesn't
having a
win the
funeral
title
for the
back, does he?
gingerbread man.
He doesn't
I
win the
hope
title
not.
back.
No,
This is
you can't.
no.
You can't give it right back. You can't. Not Trick Williams is too hot right now and needs a bit of a run with this title. And Sammy, if he's doing this full kind of heel turn, move him on from this and let him go and let him cook as a heel
Yeah.
and hopefully work his way up to the title picture we're hoping here for next year.
Yeah, that's going to be a long road to hoe. You'd think he would come
Yep.
away here looking bad in some way, shape, or form without looking like a bad guy without looking weak is what should be happening here.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you gotta keep him
Maybe
strong to get him into the next story, but yet
maybe we
gotta
get
have him
like
lose.
maybe he acts good the whole match, right? And then the ref misses some interference from Yachty, but the crowd goes crazy because they're in love with Trick. And then after the match, Sammy beats the shit out of the ref.
Maybe Lil Yachty gets a little beat down too.
I don't know. We'll see. That would not
Yeah.
separate them though. It's got to separate. It separates him from those two if after the match he takes his frustrations out on the ref, right?
True.
Because now
True.
he's not on them anymore. He's moved on to being bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good transition to
Uh-oh.
get him out
I
of
don't
with.
know what's in the chat, but I bet it's Ray. I bet it's our most loyal viewer of all time. And it's Ray Cash. Good evening, Milwaukee. Good to see you, Ray. How you doing, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Show's
Oh,
almost
there
over,
you
by the way.
go.
Now we
Tuning in
got
too
another
late.
got another 5-10 minutes today. Or
Got to get to the early bird special.
yeah. What's chicken parm on Thursdays? Veal parm. Try the veal. Tip your waitress. All right, main event for this weekend. Roman Reigns taking on Jacob Fatu. Man, I would love to see Jacob win the title here, but it's not happening, DP.
No, I don't think so. We've all been on board with getting Jacob into the title picture and hopefully winning a title here soon, but I just don't think you can take it off Roman this quickly, and I don't think that's I don't think that's where we're heading just yet.
it's going to be interesting to see what they do after this. Like if Jacob wins, we know what they do. There's going to be a battle between these two all summer, and I'll be fine with that. But I don't think there's a way in which Roman beats him and then we end up going back to him having another match. It's probably more Jacobs joining the bloodline, right? Like acknowledging, like Roman comes out and or Jacob interrupts him and gives him his props, and Roman's like, "Yo, I still want you around. You just can't have my place. You got a place."
Yeah, I think my opinion, I think we're going one of two ways with it. I don't think it's over with the bloodline, whatever way, shape, or form they go. So I mean, I don't see Jacob winning it. I think
But we're not going
Roman
to get the
basically
feud
saying
with
he's
the
not
MF.
ready.
We're not going to get the feud with the MFTs because Tongaloa and
Yeah,
Bowling Ball
that
Mateo are gone.
yeah, that was another one. They're gone too. So we lost a few of them. But that gives us the opportunity to bring Solo back over. Uh,
Does Jacob go with Solo and Tulla then? Could
and
they
that's
cost Roman the title? Now that would be really interesting. Now you have a 3-on-3
you got
feud.
3-on-3. So you do have a feud one way or another if they go with that route and have Jacob go back and join Solo, and we have those three,
That would
and
be epic.
then you
If
got the
Solo
OG
and Cullen
bloodline.
cost Roman the title and Jacob wins. That's the storyline for the summer. Like, think
Yeah,
about it. What do we really need Roman to have the title? We just need Roman to keep showing
we
up. And
don't.
he's scheduled to keep showing up on
Well, and
TV,
he
by the
said,
way.
yeah, and he said he is going to keep showing up and everything, especially with a callback of what this title means. But yeah, I mean, there isn't necessarily a reason to have Roman have the title. I don't think they're going to take it off him. But I would absolutely love for them to do it. And if they wanted to do it, this is a great time to do it
I
and
mean, great.
make that you can have a 6-man tag. You work your way to war games potentially, but you have a whole summer to have those two groups feuding with each other. One way tag teams. You got everything.
It's funny because we sit here and we both agree that it's like, oh man, we just gave him the title and at WrestleMania, and would it be wise to take it off him? Well, what better reason to put the title on Roman than to elevate Jacob Fatu, be the one to take it from him, and right away when you're not expecting it.
True. And I mean, excuse me. Jeez. Yeah, we wouldn't. Neither of us are, where we were both like, oh, nope, Roman's going to hang on to this title. Doesn't make sense, right? But they certainly could do it. I'd be 100% for it. Um, if you, yeah, it's tough. I'm like, if you don't do it now, when do you do it for Jacob Fatu in this feud? And if they're going to stretch it out and I feel like, and they may not do any of this at all. I know, but I mean, I feel like bringing Solo into it and having the two bloodlines again, finally like really having a feud again would be the right move to do for all of them. I think that
I mean,
this
unless
would
you're
be
gonna,
the spot to take it from them, you steal the
yeah.
title from Roman Reigns, and now you have Roman on the chase again, which I think is probably better than having Jacob and Solo and I forget the one that's left. Which what's left?
Tulla,
Tonga? Toa.
Tulla
Oh,
Tonga.
Toa Tonga. Jeez.
Tamatonga didn't get released either, so Tamatonga's still there too. But
And have
Tongaloa
them.
and JC Mateo are gone.
Tonga and JC. Okay. Yep.
Oh, we never talked about the New Day.
We did not.
I think we covered Backlash.
We did. We did.
I love the New Day. I love Xavier Woods. I love Kofi Kingston. I love Big E. But the New Day really hasn't been the New Day for the most part since Big E's been gone. And that probably hasn't helped Xavier and Kofi. While they still have had things happening since then, it was always a question of whether or not Big E would come back, right? And now, much like a large majority of the releases we went over last week, Xavier and Kofi are in the same boat where they just weren't getting used. And they're friends with the Bucks and Kenny Omega. And if they're in AEW, are they in AEW? Did they sign with AEW? Has that come out yet? I don't know. Kenny
Not
Omega
yet.
posted like some picture of I don't know if it was recent or from the way past where the three, the Elite and Kofi and Woods were. I don't know if they're there already, but if that's where they want to go, great. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You know, um, they're one of the greatest WWE tag teams of all time. They re they didn't reinvent, but they rejuvenated and reintroduced the Freebird rules to a whole other generation of professional wrestling fans, which is gigantic. They're they're going to get inducted as a trio into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they're if not the greatest, with the top three all
Would
time.
you? I think Kofi Kingston. If you're going to go individually on the three, Kofi Kingston is 100% a WWE Hall of Famer. If you're
Yeah,
going to individually induct Biggie or Woods, I don't think they're Hall of Famers, and that's why I think the three of them go in the Hall of Fame together.
yeah, I think they should, and Xavier and Biggie necessarily wouldn't because they
Or if you want to make Kofi a two-time
Biggie won the
WWE Hall,
WWE title, sure,
yeah, but I don't think he
but
had a
he
Hall of
didn't
Fame
do much
career.
else,
No,
and he didn't have enough of a career because of the injury. I
right.
think he would have could he have continued.
If you want to make Kofi a two-time
Could be
WWE
two
Hall of Famer, go for it.
because his
Go for
singles
it.
career was
I would
fantastic as well.
I would induct the New Day first, and then down the road surprise the shit out of Kofi. By the way, you're going in as Kofi Kingston as well.
Right?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because if they induct the New Day, people would be like, yeah, Kofi could have been in on his own. He should have too, but they probably won't. And then all of a sudden, 6, 7, 8 years later, they're like, hey,
yeah,
doing it
because
again.
like the New Day as the group is
They have to
definitely
go in.
Hall of Fame. So
Yes.
that one for sure. And then if you could, yeah, Kofi being secondary or secondary being after that as a singles competitor would be great too. And you would have to do it second if you're going to do that for him
Right.
because that'd be fucking great surprise.
Well,
Yeah,
the amount of bitching you'd get from people if you were just inducting Kofi and like, oh, you should have put the whole New Day in. It's
right.
like, okay, let's just
We're gonna
avoid
get
that
him.
bullshit.
We're
Hold
getting
on.
there.
Be patient.
Yeah, yeah. It sucks that they're gone, but I agree. Like obviously the New Day as a tag team definitely was pretty much done after Big E got hurt, and that was kind of it for them because their run at that point pretty much came to an end. But it was
I
a
mean, I think
ridiculously great run.
Woods and Cove had another really awesome program with the Usos again after Big E got
Yeah,
hurt, but like other than that, it was few and far between. It wasn't nearly to that level.
not as prominent as they had been before, and yeah, I think at that point, kind of the magic disappeared a little bit. I think with everybody hurting because of Big E being gone, and it just kind of fell apart after that. But
And for any of you thinking Big E wants to leave, I would have bet dollars to donuts he doesn't. He is in the place he
shouldn't.
needs to be, considering where his career is at. He has, he's amazing on the pre-shows, and I'm sure he's one of the best ambassadors for WWE. He's one of the brightest
He's
personalities, and
so
when I say that, I
energetic.
mean like when I not just like imagine I can imagine the people that get to interact with him live, but like just seeing him on TV, I always feel like I'm in a better mood witnessing
Yeah,
his presence.
he's so energetic, and he's one of those that makes you feel energized, like when you watch him because he gets so excited about it and things that it's crazy how talented that man is
Yeah.
with everything, and then he just such a transition to doing that, and it fits him so perfectly too, and that you f- you feel that energy. It's the New Day bit, right? You feel the power, you
Feel the
feel it
power.
from him because he's
Don't
got that.
you dare be sour.
He's,
Don't you dare. That's very apropos.
yeah. So yeah, I couldn't see him leaving because it's such a at least him. It's just such a good gig. Where else would you want to be? You know, to 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 do like
The
Corey
funny
Graves,
talk
comparison. Like, why would you want to go anywhere else right now with what, you've got such a great gig
Well,
and
it's the KO and Sami Zayn talk from a few years ago, and it's like, guys, you don't have to be. Sometimes it's better not to be champion and be in the best storylines because you don't have to do all the press. They don't
right,
get big bonuses for being the top dog anymore. They have structured contracts. There isn't
right,
BLE main event bonuses. This isn't like TLC the original where the 6 of those guys went into JR and like, we need more money after that. And immediately JR was like, yep, here you go. With
right,
Vince's approval. What, they want more money after that? Yeah, give it to them, pal.
right.
Um, Shout out to the New Day. And I think the point, and Dan would 100% agree with me on this, is, and include all the recent releases in as well. If you're a fan of any of those talents, you should almost be happy for the majority of them because you weren't getting to see them. You weren't getting to see them display those talents. Now you have a much better chance of getting those talents displayed because there's so many great people to work with, right? We may talk shit about different companies here and not pay attention to them, but like there's still amazingly talented people there. There's still tons of good stuff going on at each spot. So speaking of spots, the show keeps growing longer when we thought it was going to be a short one, but there's one last thing we do have to talk about.
Oh,
Ted Turner passed away. And you can't
yeah.
talk about wrestling. You can't talk about the Attitude Era. You can't talk about the NWO. You can't talk about WCW without Ted Turner. Ted Turner is one of the best things to ever happen to professional wrestling, Dan.
Well, he gave us WCW, and he basically just gave the reins to Eric Bischoff and said, "I don't know what you do it." And
But he brought like WCW
he
Saturday Night to primetime cable as well before all of that other stuff happened too. You know what I'm saying? Like he was
that's
really
true.
integral
Yeah,
in Americanizing and making wrestling more national. 3 more
not
hours.
doing
Ray,
3 more
go fuck
hours.
yourself.
Be asleep in 3 hours.
What is this, an old bandwagon nerds episode? What, of 3.5 hours?
Yeah, no, that's true. Especially in the era where uh, you know, WWF was basically taking over everything, still, and uh having the alternative that came onto the television scene where you could watch it was huge. And yeah, that's true. It was even before all of that started, really, when it was just World Championship Wrestling. Uh,
First
Made it huge.
promoter
Made
to
you give you an option, give you something to watch.
first promoter to sign guys to guaranteed contracts.
That's true too.
Maybe
That
not the best
changed.
thing
That
for the business.
definitely changed the business. I'll tell you that.
It was good for the talent. It was bad for the product of his at the time because
Yes.
guys could just not go. They could sit at home and not have to do anything. And then we we lost one of the greatest. We lost what could have been one of the greatest angles in professional wrestling history, the WCW invasion after they folded. All the guys you wanted to see in that, they weren't there.
Yeah, they didn't need to be because they had the contract that they
They're
were getting
still
paid
getting
for
paid.
and could just sit and wait that out because why not? So it didn't make any sense for them to do that. So yeah, that hurt us not being able to get Sting and Goldberg and
Well, that's where you should be checking all the what if articles over at
eh,
thechairshot.com
eh.
because what if Sting came here? And I'll be writing one too. What if Sting took on The Undertaker at WrestleMania 27 DV? Ooh.
Oh, the match we should have got. Oh shit. I like it.
Well, RIP Ted Turner, thank you for all your contributions to professional wrestling,
The
tel-
only
television, and sports in general.
yeah. Yeah, on top of that, all his television stuff that he did, and Turner Classic Movies and all that good stuff. The only I saw what a good tweet. The only professional wrestling owner to not book himself to win the world heavyweight title. Good on you.
And on that note, DP, let everybody know where they can find you and this shoe.
Find me all over the worldwide social media interwebs at It's Me DPP. Make sure you're following this show at Podcast DWI on the X and Facebook.com/DWI podcast.
Follow me at PC Tunney. Make sure you're checking out everything Chairshot related at Chairshot Media, thechairshot.com, and Chairshot Radio Network on all of your favorite streaming platforms. Until next time, that's DPP. I'm PC Tunney. We'll be back next Thursday right here on the Chairshot YouTube channel.